Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Travis's Tip of the Day, episode number 17. Today, we are going to be chatting a little bit about the Paid Memberships Pro Pay by Check add-on. So I'm going to dive right in and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick and just maybe zoom in a touch. Oh, that's the wrong one. Cool. So today we are chatting about Pay by Check, and Pay by Check is a really interesting add-on. And I know what some of you might be thinking, Trav, why would I want to do? Sorry about that. We got a little bit of an interruption over there. Let me just go ahead and share my screen real quick. It was a slip of my mouse. I apologize. Can't blame the technology. Total user error over here. So Pay by Check is a Paid Memberships Pro plugin or add-on, and it allows you to essentially collect check payments at checkout. Now, you'll notice that in the title of this video, I said Pay by Check or bank transfer, and this is why I'm recommending this add-on real quick is because we've had a lot of people ask us about how to add a sort of a pay by bank transfer or a direct payment to Paid Memberships Pro. And so you can actually use Pay by Check to do that. Before I show you how, let's talk a little bit about Pay by Check. So in a nutshell, Pay by Check will allow you to set up a check payment on your checkout. But if we read here, if a user selects to Pay by Check, they will see the instructions, and these instructions are set by you. So you actually give your users a set of instructions on how to collect check payments. So they will see a set of instructions for making payment by check on the checkout page and the membership confirmation page email. So they will essentially perform a checkout. They will get the set of instructions will be on the checkout page, or they will get a confirmation page /email with a set of instructions over there. Let me see. Hey, Chris. Let me just go ahead and share Chris's comment over here. Chris says, "Hey, my China, I can't believe this. I'm a client of yours. I love Paid Memberships Pro. I'm South African Greek living in Cyprus. Thank you so much for your great work." Hey, Chris, hope all is well. I'm not sure what the weather is like in Cyprus, but over here in South Africa, it's lekker warm and spring is basically upon us. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you're well. Let me know how things are over in Greece. Definitely one of the countries on my bucket list to visit. So thanks for your shout out, Chris. Cool. And so back to the Pay by Check add-on over here. So then once they get a confirmation email stating how to actually go about, paying you, the order for the membership will be set to pending. And this will mean that your member won't have access to any of your content until that payment is received. Now, it is important to remember that once you have received that payment, it's a very manual process. So you will either get the check or you will get that check deposited to a bank account or however you have set up your sort of payment instructions. And once you have got notification that payment has been successful, you have to go and actually change the pending status on that member's membership to active. So that's something you do in the WordPress admin. And so, yes, this pending status will follow the non-member until you give them access for their membership. Okay, great. Now, we are going to speak about this in a moment. The message can be filtered using the get text filter in WordPress. That is essentially how you are going to change the wording from pay by check to pay by bank transfer or direct transfer, or whatever you want to call it. So essentially, to actually get this working for a bank payment or a bank transfer, you're just going to go ahead and translate the sort of the string that says pay by check to pay by bank transfer. You will fill in the details of how people can pay you. So maybe on the checkout page, you will say something like, please send us an email. We'll send you an invoice with the bank details. Pay that bank details. Send your notification to this email address. Once done, we'll flip the switch for you kind of thing. If not, then you can have your bank details right then and there. It depends how you want to do it. They pay you, they send a notification, and then you're good to go. So as you can see here, after you receive the payment, the admin will edit the order in order to change the status to success. And once that is done, the members content access will be unlocked. An email is sent to the user when an order is updated and their membership is active. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and actually view our video on the Pay by Check add-on. It's over here under paidmembershipspro.com add-ons /PM Pro Pay by Check add-on. So you can check that out. We've got all the information about installing it, setting it up as a gateway, level settings for your Pay by Check option. So those are all the details that you can, go and set. We've got some nice features like send renewal emails, and you can set a certain number of days, send reminder emails, and also set the days that missed payments have, occurred. So if someone hasn't paid you, you can send like every day, like, hi, remember to send in your check, or every week, or whatever the case may be. There's also a grace period that you can read up about. And then I just want to show you this. This is a screenshot. So allow pay by check. You can say yes, choose yes, users choose between the default payment gateway and check. So this is nice. You can actually have something like PayPal and the pay by check or bank transfer, or you can have Stripe and the pay by check or bank transfer. So you can actually have multiple payment gateways using this pay by check method, or only users can use this, like they use pay by check solely, or use the default gateway only if you want to turn it off for some time. And then you can go ahead and set a number of days before a renewal email comes through. So obviously, if you are doing renewals and you are doing a pay by check, you can't automatically get a check from them. They have to be reminded that a renewal is coming up. They have to pay for that. So in order to do that, you send a renewal email maybe 30 days before their renewal, and then they can go ahead, write out the check, or do an EFT. We call it an EFT. It's basically a direct bank transfer into your account, and then you can go ahead and flip that switch for them. Great, you are active for another set of days, or whatever however your payment structure is set up. And as you can see over here, if you have it as users choose, if you select yes, users choose between default gateway and check, then this is kind of the screenshot of what it would look like. As you can see here, they can pay by credit card. So in this case, we have got Stripe plus the pay by check add-on, and you can see that over there. And so that's pay by check in a nutshell. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about how to go about changing up your wording or your translating of the strings, let me zoom in here a little bit. We have a blog post called Change the Wording Membership to Subscription for Paid Memberships Pro. Now, this is actually a code recipe. So you actually have to add a bit of code to your site. And in this particular case, it's not exactly what you would use for the pay by check method, because this one is changing the word membership on your site to the word subscription. So we've had a lot of people ask about that, and then we've written up this code recipe. So real quick, this uses a method called the WordPress getText filter, and this allows you to translate strings or particular words using this filter. And this is a bit of example code over here. You don't really have to understand too much of it, but in a nutshell, what's happening with when you add this code to your site, it will search for a string and then replace it. So it will search for membership level, and this is like exact characters. So as you can see, if there is a capital letter over here or a space, it will then look for these two words as is, membership space level, and change it to subscription. So again, this isn't particularly useful in the exact case of trying to change a pay by check to pay by bank transfer, but you can use this method, this string replace, to actually say pay by check, and then you can go pay by bank transfer or direct transfer or whatever the case may be. So you can use this getText filter to do that. And so just check out the changing the wording membership to subscription tooltip that we have on our site if you want to go about translating your pay by check add-on. I think that is all that I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions on the pay by check add-on or on the translation tooltip that I showed you. And if that's all, then I'm going to wrap up this episode and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Have a good